Hello and welcome to the Free Cheese, episode 351. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Matt Zellner.
Hello.
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. Happy Halloween.
Sure.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
To those whose birthday it may be, we are recording on our good friend Tyler's birthday. I forgot that it was his birthday. I didn't forget that it was his birthday. I forgot that the day's date was his birthday. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like midweek, I was like, oh, cool, Tyler's birthday's coming up. And then I woke up this morning and was like, it's a fucking day. Let me text Tyler about comic books.
Well, it's easy to do that nowadays.
It turns out he hates his birthday, so he doesn't want any attention drawn to it and didn't want me to remind him that it's his birthday anyway. So.
I'm that way. I get it.
Yeah, it doesn't bother. I don't care either way.
It's another day.
It's not another day for me. Like, I'm definitely taking off work. I'm not gonna...
I do that.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything I don't want to do, but if you didn't tell me happy birthday, I wouldn't be like, well, Matt didn't fucking say happy birthday.
Yeah.
I might say Matt didn't say happy. I might be like, that's kind of weird. Only because it's out of character.
Yeah.
But not because I'm offended.
Yeah, no, it's just, yeah, like, I end up actually taking a birthday week almost from work.
Yeah.
Because of the things that are around it, but, yeah, no, it's just, when the day actually comes, I just like to play video games. I don't need to be bothered.
Yeah,
I don't need gifts. I don't need...
No.
The gift of leave me the fuck alone to play whatever I'm playing is good enough.
I will say, though, I gotta blame my phone a little bit.
Uh-oh.
It never, normally it pops up just like, hey, today is Tyler's birthday.
Nothing?
Didn't do that.
Wow.
No. Real weird. Real weird. How's Matt doing this week?
Another week.
Another dollar. I get it.
Yeah, I got nothing. It's tough when you're home. Most of it. I don't know. I got nothing.
I got a new segment this week, Matt. It's a new segment called Why Haven't You Played Dragon Quest XI? So I'm going to ask you, why haven't you played Dragon Quest XI?
It's funny because I'm probably going to immediately counter this, but I'm not a big fantasy person.
There it is. There's your answer, folks. Thank you for tuning in for our latest segment. Why haven't you played Dragon Quest XI? Write in, let us know why you haven't played Dragon Quest XI. Matt, Oops, I Did It Again turned 20 years old.
Have you played Dragon Quest XI?
No.
Why haven't you?
I don't want to.
All right. Moving on.
Oops, I Did It Again turned 20 this week. What were you doing 20 years ago?
Oh. So I was 8. So probably being homeschooled. Probably playing some dumb hockey, Stanley Cup hockey on SNES. What? That would have been... What year are we in now? 2020?
Yeah.
Is the PlayStation out yet here, or is it new?
Yeah.
I don't have it yet.
It would have been 5 here.
Huh? I may have had it then. I may have had it by then. So I would have been playing.
In fact, PS2 would have been coming out that fall. Fall.
Yeah, you're right. So yeah, I definitely would have had the PlayStation. Playing.
Were you putting
Blitz.
your Britney Spears "Oops, I Did It Again" CD inside of the PlayStation to watch it come to life?
No, funny enough, I wouldn't do that until PlayStation 2 when I got the Britney Spears dancing game.
Tell me more about this.
Oh, it's just a button masher. It's like
Is it good?
The thing goes in a circle. You hit the buttons as the circle goes along, like the face buttons.
Kind of like the Tifa pull-up minigame?
Kind of like that, yeah.
Was it a good rhythm game?
It was fine.
Okay.
I don't know, like having a little bit more experience and knowledge of a decent rhythm game. It'd be interesting to go back to that. But yeah, that was before Guitar Hero even, I think. But yeah, it was just all Britney Spears, hits. And, they would kind of maybe recreate the video a little bit, some of the dance moves from the video. I remember.
Okay.
I think it was like a $10 bin buy, one of those things. Or like a buy so many games from this bin and get it for like $10 kind of deal.
Yeah. What? So you said some Stanley Cup games on Super Nintendo.
Well, I will probably be graduated to PlayStation at that point, so I'm probably playing some triple play baseball, The game day series for the football, the 99 sports ones. MLB. Although Triple Play was in my life, I still play a little bit of MLB before it was renamed the show.
FIFA 98?
I never owned FIFA on PlayStation 1. I actually, ironically, I had it on PC first, but it was like 2001 or 2002 I had it on PC. And then PlayStation 2 was when I finally started getting them on the console.
My brother and I only ever owned one, but I think it was 98. I still have the disc, I think. And we would play it for hours. Like, we would set the halves to 99 minutes.
Oh my god!
And just, dude, because it was just so much fun to play with the physics of the ball and try and like kick each other in the face with the ball, and just like you get to a point where you make up your own game inside. Yeah, how many red cards can you get? Like, we would compete in that stuff. It was wild. Have you been following Britney Spears on Instagram?
No, but I feel like everything she's been tweeting has been newsworthy, so I'm hearing about it in some circle, whether it's your circle or Reddit's or something like that.
She did burn down her gym recently.
Yes, I heard about that.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Did you see the post commemorating it?
No, but I heard 98 Rock talking about it, and it made me laugh.
I think the thing with her is that everything is so casual, and it seems like she's
losing it. I think she's losing.
No.
I think
it's not that. It's not about losing it so much. If I'm getting real here and no jokes, I think it's a look at someone who has not been in the same sense of reality as the rest of us for her whole life.
Okay.
So the way that she's then communicating with everyone else is going to be a little bit different because her life has been different, obviously.
All right.
But I love you gotta just watch. She just flips her hair. Like, she just does this. But like, as much as I'm doing it right now, she just does that for like 2.5 minutes in silence into the camera, and then leans forward and turns off the camera, and that's the whole post.
I think my favorite thing from this whole Britney Spears thing was the oh god, yes, her sprinting time.
Oh,
and the
right.
fact that she ran a 5-second 100-meter.
Yes.
When Usain Bolt ran it in 9.58 seconds.
Yeah, which means she's better than Usain Bolt
by 5 seconds.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's falling apart. Question that's kind of stuck with me for a bit this week. I keep thinking about it from time to time. Do you think Britney Spears is a vert or street skater?
That's a very good question. I'm happy that you asked it.
Because now you got me looking at people thinking, are they vert or street?
You get it.
And I don't know what either means. I don't know what the characteristics are. I just kind of guess.
My heart wants to say street for Britney. Like, Britney's on the street is what I'm trying to say. I think Britney wants to be on the street.
Okay.
But the fucking societal expectations put her on the pipe. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Like,
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Just as much sense as it made last week.
Like, if Britney could, she would be at a local bar or something like that. Maybe she probably likes the theatrics. I'm just saying, I think that her career has forced her onto the big stage. But it's even more than that. I don't know. That's a tough one. It's a really tough one. Because I also, like, when you asked the question, here's my gut reaction, was neither. She would just kind of be there hanging out. Like, if someone
like
handed
me playing Skate 3. Just carry the board around.
Yeah, if someone handed her a skateboard and said, hey, go left or right, she would go straight. You know what I mean? Like, she would do neither, but also both.
All right. Because she can do that because she's like the Flash.
Exactly. She is the Flash. Actually, that would be a fun video game.
Britney
Plays
Spears.
Britney Spears. Whoops. Got struck by lightning in a vat of chemicals, or a shelf of chemicals. Now she's got super speed. You have to save the day by night and entertain the world by day, or the other way around.
Look, we don't know what Rocksteady's working on. What if?
If Rocksteady were working on a Britney Spears as the Flash skateboarding simulator game, Warner Brothers spent money in the right places. I'll tell you what. I got nothing. I got nothing else.
How do you go from Britney Spears to whatever we go to next?
I did spend some time this week thinking about Rocksteady. I watched Justice League Dark Apocalypse War.
Okay.
Which is the final movie of the DC animated stuff of the, like, there's been like a connected universe for their animated stuff that kicked off with Flashpoint when they did that, which Flashpoint was where Barry Allen was like, I can change time. What if I run back in time and bring my mom back from the dead and then everything will be okay? And it fucking wasn't. That was when you got like Thomas Wayne as Batman and Aquaman and Wonder Woman were warring worlds and all that weird shit that happened. But that movie led up. I think they've had 15 movies since then, since 2013, that led up to this one, where now shit's fucking bad and Darkseid descends upon Earth, and he ends up, if he doesn't kill a member of the Justice League, then he fucking incorporates them into his own army. Like, Batman becomes his kind of like right-hand man. He's sitting atop the Mobius chair, which is the chair that gives you all the knowledge, and he's just instructing Darkseid's every move. He's got the Flash, like, just fucking chained to a treadmill running indefinitely to keep power going. It's like really weird, fucked up, whatever. And then Justice League Dark, it's mostly Constantine has to account for or try and save the Justice League, stop Darkseid, and he works together with other Justice League Dark members. The reason I bring it up is I was thinking, what if Rocksteady's not working on a Justice League game, but a Justice League Dark game? You get to play as fucking Constantine and Zatanna and Madame Xanadu, throwing a little Swamp Thing action in there.
You're wrong. That's not the case.
Fuck. Oh, it's the Britney Spears.
No, it's not even that. I'm just saying, like, you're naming heroes I've never even heard of at this point. I know who Constantine is. You got me there because of Keanu Reeves. But
yeah,
everything
Keanu
else you
Reeves.
said just went right over my head, and there's no way WB is going to make a game based on those characters.
But they would make you care about the characters if they put them in a game. You see, it's chicken egg here, right?
I'm being the guy with a lot of money.
All right, well, let me ask you this.
For a studio, and you're going to tell me, all right, I need $30 million to make a game about these characters, and as producer, knowing that there's Batman, Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad now, Harley Quinn's hot, let's put Harley Quinn in a game, you're going to name these four guys, and the one I barely know because of a bad Keanu Reeves movie?
All right, so you just hit on something there, which is intriguing. I'll hit you with that, and I'll hit you with another one. So you mentioned Suicide Squad, which is the rumored game that they're working on. Would that make more sense financially? Suicide, you've had the movie, you have a new movie coming out next year, and it's an easy way to shoehorn in Harley Quinn. Now, granted, if I start naming off members of the Suicide Squad, you know who Captain Boomerang is?
No. But the name's recognizable, and then the characters come with it.
Okay, so tell me what sells better. Suicide Squad game where you play as a group of ragtag villains.
Starring Will Smith.
Well, you got Harley Quinn, Deadshot, King Shark, Captain Boomerang. Why am I missing? Okay, right, let's just leave it there loosely, right? The list goes on. The Suicide Squad has had a large number of people. Or a Justice League Dark game based on the current iteration of the team, which is Zatanna, Swamp Thing. Constantine kind of pops in and out, but not really. Man-Bat, Detective Chimp, and Wonder Woman.
When you say Man-Bat, I immediately think of Frank Reynolds.
As Man-Spider.
Yeah.
It's close, but a tiny bit different. See, the key difference, though, is the current iteration of JLD, you got Wonder Woman there at the end. And she looks badass. She's got, like, a big black cloak on.
You see, that's where you lost me.
I lost you at Wonder Woman? You wouldn't want to play as Wonder Woman?
It's a different Wonder Woman. Me,
no.
producer,
it is Wonder Woman.
$30 million.
She's just fucking with magic.
Don't want to see a what's her name? Gal
Gadot?
Gal Gadot Wonder Woman.
Well, you're going to have to see a non-Gal Gadot Wonder Woman because she's too busy singing shit into her phone.
You want the similar. You want a similar looking. You don't need a Wonder Woman with a the
cloak doesn't stay on. It's a facade,
but no,
Matt.
No. And then the other thing with that, Suicide Squad, recognizable. A lot of people don't know the characters, though. Much like a Guardians of the Galaxy when they launched that movie, but Marvel was so much hands over fist with money that they could take the risk with that. Video game studio, you have this recognizable name that people will learn. If you do a game that's called Justice League, where's the other Justice League with the characters that we know?
Fair.
And then you get people that are mad that Man-Bat is in instead of Batman.
There's a Justice League Dark show and movie in development. The show, I think, HBO Max, and then the movie, who's that guy? Bad Robot? J.J. Abrams? Is that his fucking name? I feel like it's not him that's doing it, though.
But it's his production company?
Yeah, but for some reason I keep wanting to say Damon Lindelof, but I don't think that's right.
I think he just be producing it.
Yeah.
And that's all Steven Spielberg does anymore. He just, hey, produced by Steven Spielberg. And that doesn't mean shit. Just he threw $1 at it.
Yeah, it just says Warner Media working with Bad Robot to develop.
Yeah.
You
might have a lens flare or something in there, but I think that's about it.
Fingers
that's
crossed. I'm
about
going to send you some hot pics, and you can tell me what you think. Anyway, thanks for indulging me. I've been reading a lot of comics lately, as it turns out.
That's good.
Anything else non-video game related, or who?
No, I just wish I had $30 million to throw around as a producer. That'd be awesome.
To make a Justice League Dark movie game?
No.
Come on.
That would be an indie game, man. That's not AAA.
Oh, come on.
Not AAA.
I could. How about? All right. I will. Give me a week. I'll send you a binder.
What's that game company doing besides that mobile iOS thing? Like, let's have them branch out. Like,
they are in that. That is what they are doing.
Let's sit them down and be all right. Cool. Like, Journey was good. Flower, critically acclaimed. All these things. But like, let's make a game. You know, with some like health, some combat, things like that. And then say, how would you like to deal with the Justice League characters? And then they get excited, and then you say Dark.
That game company's Justice League Dark?
Yeah, why not?
All right, I'm down. I'd be intrigued to see what they...
Do these heroes talk a lot?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we need heroes that don't talk, because they're pretty good at triggering emotion from no talking.
Well, that's fucking easy. You just put a spell. Everything's magic in this universe, right? So you just, cast a spell. It can happen. Well, Matt, I guess this is the time in the podcast where we talk about the video games we played in the last week. When we last met, I was on the cusp of wrapping up Kid Icarus Uprising, and I wrapped it up.
Good job.
I really don't have anything else to say, but I did beat that, and I liked it all the way to the end. The hand never stopped. Like, that is a problem. And it's a shame that it never got patched or anything to incorporate the right stick of the new 3DS. It was weird. Like, you could use the right stick of the new 3DS, but only as alternate movement for like left hand mode.
Yeah.
But Yeah, it was really good. If you have a 3DS laying around and you're like, man, I sure do love that pit, fella. I think that's a worthwhile investment. How about you? When we last left, you were
wrapped up.
knocking on the door of Gears 4.
Yeah, so I played the first mission, like chapter with like all the flashbacks, and I was like, I kind of know the events of this game because I watched that recap video like 3 times by accident. The first time was intentional in the main menu. I didn't realize they would then recap it again before our campaign, and then I got a third time when I did my own campaign. So that was. So I'm pretty good on the Gears 4.
I didn't realize they played it then, too. That's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, so I'm pretty good on the Gears 4 sequence of events. So I was like, they have the Ultimate Edition for Gears 1. Let's hop into that, and, let's party. Let's start going through the Gears games. Turn it on, and this is the Ultimate Edition, keep in mind, and it's on PC. That's where I decided to launch into it. 2, 3, and Judgment would have to be on the actual Xbox itself, which is fine. I will move there when the time comes. But man, I'm thinking Ultimate Edition, the upgraded is kind of like a remaster almost. This game is going to look decent. I don't need it to look great, but it's going to look decent. The frame rate is going to be at like a crisp 60, if not higher, on my machine. And then I booted it up, and I could not get the frame rate above 40. I don't know.
That's bad.
So like I was like messing around with the settings. I was like, there is no way that I'm like pumping Call of Duty normally at like 90 frames, and I can't get the campaign for Gears 1, like an updated remaster, above 40. So I Googled it, and of course, it's just an issue all the way around. Someone gave like a settings list to at least try to get it to like 40, but it wouldn't run 40 stably. And like, even though I have G-Sync on, it's still like the screen was tearing just because the inconsistent frame rate. It couldn't stay at that refresh rate, so it seemed like it did not look good. It did not feel good to play, and I immediately turned it off after the tutorial area and said, fuck that, and moved on. So no more.
That's what I did when I played it on Xbox One. I don't know if it just felt dated, but then we played 5 and it felt the same to me there, so I don't know. Maybe I just don't like Gears.
I thought about going to Xbox One, but I looked it up, and it's 30 frames there, and like, it's like... Nah, it's all right. I know enough. I'll wait for Gears 6 or Gears Funko.
Oh, so you didn't... I was like, all right, so you jumped to Gears 2 then.
No, I kind of done.
Yeah.
If I jump into anything, it's 4, but like I'm not even in a rush to get there. So now I was kind of left in as a lull of like, what the hell do I play? And I'm kind of do the hot mark sampling as we used to do back in the day when he used to do this. So I went to the game called Party Hard.
Okay, yeah, you told me about that one.
Yes, I bought it 2 weeks ago on a Steam sale. I bought 1 and 2 and all the DLC for it. It's a top-down, like, it's kind of like a puzzle game in a way, but it's about how to murder an entire party, because the premise is you are a dude who's woken up by a party at 3 a.m., and you just want to sleep, so you go ahead and murder everyone, and then you go on this murder spree, I guess, across America.
Do you wear white jeans?
No. No, okay. But there are alternate characters that you can unlock along the way. One of them may wear white jeans.
Okay.
But I got 2 or 3 missions in, and I like the premise. It's a little slow. I wish it was a little bit faster. I kind of wanted to play not like Hotline Miami, but like faster than what it was.
That's how I always imagined that game, is like a Hotline style game, but with bigger crowds.
Yeah, no, it's like very like plotting. Like you have to like. And there's like no good way to like lure someone into a room. You have to like wait for these events to go off. And some of the events that happen are hysterical. Like the second one is a house party, but there's a drug deal going in. So like if you wait long enough, the FBI will come and like wipe out everyone in the room. And if you're in the room, you will die, or anyone else that's in that room will just die because you're shooting up the room. And then you at least leave. So like a quarter of the party can be taken care of if that room is crowded when the FBI comes. So like there's little things like that. And when you die, like the stage does like randomize a little bit, like certain locations of some traps will move, but it just wasn't doing it for me. I liked it. It wasn't hitting the right note for me there. So then I'm still playing Warzone in the middle of all of this, and I've just decided I'm not going to talk about this until Season 4, because I talk about it enough, and it just keeps changing every week. So Season 4 in 2 weeks, I will talk about it then.
That's 2 weeks? Okay, I thought that was next week for some reason.
Right. Like, from the time this goes up, it'll be like 10 days away or so. So,
okay.
I did complete the Battle Pass, though. Total, all done. All done.
So your next one is free?
Yep. Should be.
Interesting.
So then after that, I was like kind of doing that let's explore Game Pass, because I don't do it enough. And then I remember you mentioned the game, and it came up on a Reset Era thread about unique gameplay system. So I booted up Slay the Spire.
Oh, yeah.
And I played a couple runs of that one night. Once again, I liked it. It's just the roguelike thing. Like, I got through like the first level, like the first like a spire or cavern, whatever you want to call it, a couple times, but it was just like the grind to get back to where I was. Yeah. And like, I like the thing you were leveling up your character to get better cars and stuff like that, but it was just like, this is good for like 1 or 2 runs, but I can't spend like 3 hours at a time playing this game. You just burn yourself out.
I think depending on were you playing on PC?
Yeah.
I think that might be a better Switch game.
I get that.
You could sit and you could spend 3 hours with it, but you got something on in the background. When I played it, I did it too on PC, and it was just kind of like I did one run, like a good run, and then I like started up another one just to see, and it was just kind of like, okay, I think I got it.
It's funny you say that, because I played it on Monday night. I was playing it while I was watching Raw. So, like, I kind of was consciously doing that. I was just, like, looking at my TV whenever, stop the play, and then do whatever. But no, I like the system. I like the RNG kind of, like, card draw things. I like the fact that you can upgrade some cards. And you have to be strategic with the hero. You can re-roll a bunch of, like, these different, like things. Like, you get these potions. You get these little buffs. You can re-roll some of them. It's pretty unique, and I think it is worth a play, worth a try, especially if you have Game Pass. It's just, once again, not the thing I was looking for.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about it, and I'm in a weird situation where I'm kind of out of work, but I'm kind of not. And I got a lot of time on my hands, and there's a lot of time before The Last of Us Part 2 comes out. So that's like the next big marquee game, I think, for me in what's coming up. So I was like, I got time. So I know Mafia 2 Remastered just came out. I was thinking about picking that up, but I saw a game that was free on Game Pass, and I was like, let me try it. So then I decided I will start a run in The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Yeah. And I like it.
All right, well, my first question is, did it deserve to beat Bloodborne as Game of the Year that year at Jeff Keighley's The Game Awards?
I'm not far enough yet, dude. I'm like 1/20th of the way through this game to decide that, but probably not. But what I think... The Witcher's open world exploration... Fantasy,
but that's all I've ever known it to be. So I kind of, I think, painted that game into a corner based on some, assumptions. Why are you sticking with it?
So, like... That's what I did. I just assumed dragons, because I know, like, I remember the E3 trailer of it. I think it was at Microsoft's thing when they were showcasing some of the gameplay for 3. And it was The Witcher. It was Geralt tracking down a griffin. And just immediately assumed griffin, all dragons, all that stuff. It's actually like fantasy demons. Like, there's wraiths.
Oh.
There's like if you leave dead bodies around, like these like demon things will start eating things. A lot of like ghost type things. So I'm actually like digging the fantasy in this. There are griffin. Like, I have tracked down a griffin and killed one. It was like a tutorial thing, and there are things like that. A lot of like horseback riding, like horseback combat. You are fighting wolves and rabid dogs and things like that. But there's a sense of darkness at all times in the world, and I like that. The game is, a tiny bit forgiving. It's not the best at it, but like the game is very much assuming that like the story of The Witcher, and it's kind of picking right up after after the events of 2, kind of assuming. There's been a couple parts where they've referenced some characters. There's even been a part early on where they're like asking me about events from the past games, and I'm just like picking what I think would be the coolest thing to pick at that point. Like through like repetition of the story and the characters saying names over and over again, all the glossary entries, as you come across them, they will kind of give you some hints on the world. And at one point, about a couple hours in, you go to this like high emperor, and when you're leaving, he's like, "Oh, if you want to learn what's been going on since your travels, go talk to my ambassador over there." So you go and talk to him. He's like catching you up on like everything that's happened in the world right then and there. So like there's this big grand war and how these different areas of the world are like aligning or have been conquered or anything like that. And then you're going to end up going to these different places that have been talked about on your path to find Ciri, who is... I'm just making sure nothing's going off. I was scared of that when I realized what was going to happen. She's not like your daughter, but she was kind of raised by you as like a squire almost, and you trained her to fight. So something... She went out to do her business, but now she's being tracked by something called the Wild Hunt. The Wild Hunt, my best comparison, and I might get people mad because I know they're very strict on their fantasy rules, but like they are almost essentially the White Walkers from Game of Thrones. So that force, very powerful and highly magical and stuff like that, force is coming to get her. So you're trying to track her and why the Wild Hunt is after her and trying to get to her before they do and all this stuff, and thus go out to the world and do your thing.
You're saying Wild Hunt. Isn't that the name of one of the DLCs?
Blood and Wine and Hearts of Stone, I think.
Is the whole game called Witcher 3 The Wild Hunt? Why do I... Oh, okay.
Yes.
I knew something was the Wild Hunt.
Yeah, so... so I decided with this on Game Pass, it's free. Why not try it? I got some time. Like, I don't expect to maybe beat this, but like have a good chunk of it done to determine whether or not I really like this game, and one to get some of that DNA for whenever Cyberpunk decides to show up. So, I'm going around playing it. The open world, it kind of starts to open up almost right away, but the leveling system is very like much a thing. So the side quests and quests tell you what level you should be at when you should be like thinking about attacking these things. So like you might get a lot of things right away after like the game kind of really opens up to you. But like I got a Witcher contract for a level 33 hunt, and I'm level 7. So it was like, all right, well, we know not to go that, but it's just going to kind of stay there in your quest board for whenever you're ready for it. And let me tell you what, the quests have been piling on more and more and more. So, like, there is just so much to do, and it's all kind of interesting. I came across, I can't remember now if it was actually, like, story progression or a side progression, but I came across this person that was scared to get water from the local well and they needed the water from this well because it was the purest water to help cure like his daughter or something. I was like, all right, cool. But he said there was a wraith there, so you go and explore, and like you start piecing together what happened because being a Witcher, I don't remember the exact DNA of him, but he has like these senses, almost like a cat, almost where you can kind of see things. Smell, like he just has someone told me the other day what the DNA was, but it was something like between a witch and man, but like he has like this heightened sense almost because like you can see like he has like cat eyes compared to like regular humans, but there's also elves involved in this. Like all your typical like fantasy things are here, so you have your different races, but yeah, so you start using like his Witcher sense, which is almost like a detective vision almost, and you start going around, you start picking up these clues, and like you realize that these people that were living here were got their freedom from being a peasant to the emperor, but the emperor was pissed and came back and ended up like brutally murdering them, and then this wraith or this woman was hung in the well, like over top the water. and that is the aberration that is haunting everyone trying to get to the well. So like you then like explore and you're like, all right, well, to get rid of the wraith or summon the wraith, you have to defeat it, but to defeat it you have to find the connection to the world. And then you find out there was this bracelet that she had that was given to her by her husband that she cherished, and you kind of go and find that, and then you start burning everything, and then that summons her and you get into a fight, and then you cure like the well of her ghost, and you send her away. So like there's a lot of,
and that's just a side quest, right?
Yeah, that's just a side quest.
Yeah, that okay.
So like there is just so much to do, and it could be just this dumb things like, you know, oh, my brother needs help on, you know, burning these bodies on the battlefield, and then like these monsters come or whatever. But like I don't know, I'm enjoying it. The combat, it's pretty straightforward. You know, like sword and shield, like, well, not really shield, but like sword gameplay is like light attack, heavy attack, a dodge, a roll away, and like a block/parry mechanic to it all. It honestly, if you play the older Assassin's Creed games, it reminds me a lot of that, with the way like you're more waiting for someone to attack you and for like a parry or a dodge, and then to swipe away, get a couple attacks in. You also have magic. It's called signs. And it's like a telekinetic blast, protective shields, these like magic traps that can induce slow, like confusion, which also is used in dialogue, almost as like a force, like a Jedi mind trick almost, and then like a fire spell. And of course, all these systems have like a huge upgrade, and not like a tree, but like this huge upgrade system where like you can kind of make your person almost however you want it to be. You can be a magic dealer, you can be someone that's straight up just combat. You can be heavy into alchemy and make bombs and potions and buffs. It goes on, and like I just see, like I haven't gotten far into it, but I just see now where the hundreds of hours of gameplay comes from, especially if you add in the DLCs, which I know Nick and a couple other people have told me like are 30 hours each, which is incredible. So yeah, I don't know. I'm taking it in for what it is, but I like it so far. Like I find myself thinking about it and wanting to play it when I'm not able to. And I think that's a sign of me liking it. So, you know, I'm gonna keep on going. I'm probably about 5 hours in, 6 hours, somewhere like that. And like the game is still introducing mechanics to me, and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's very much on the RPG level. Like you have to worry about your armor, your weapon, especially degradation, all that stuff. But I like it. I haven't found that revolutionary thing about it yet. It just seems more like a straightforward. You know, what if Fallout was less buggy and third person and fantasy, and maybe better, like, you know, the quest systems were better.
Skyrim.
Yeah, essentially. So, you know, I haven't found that thing yet, but I think that thing is like the characters, because you play as a protagonist it's not you, it's someone else's arc, and there's source material for this game as well that you can go back off with the books. Yeah.
Did you ever watch the No Clip documentary about Witcher?
No, I never did. But now, like, I'm starting to play it, and with Cyberpunk being on the eve of it, I kind of did remember that when I started playing it. Like, oh, I should maybe go back and, you know, look at some of this stuff.
I feel like they were pretty good about letting you know before any spoiler stuff would happen if you're, you know, trying to stay away from any of it. But the one thing that did stand out back then was, or when I watched it, was the side quests and the way they talked about how they built the side quests, and basically and how they built the map as well. They talked a lot about how they wanted to make sure that every place on the map, if you were going somewhere, not unlike Breath of the Wild, there's something happening to make you drawn into what's nearby. And with the side quests, it was not just... It's fine if a side quest was go get 5 gallons of milk to give to somebody, but it can't just be ride your horse from point A to point B, get the thing, and bring it back to where you just came from. They wanted to make sure that it was always the case. They were always... There's a reason for why you're going to get the milk. And along the way of getting the milk from point A to point B, something will happen or something will whatever. That always stood out to me, that it's like there's been games I've played since watching that documentary that did not do that with side quests and kind of didn't respect the player. And I was kind of like, I wish they would have paid attention to The Witcher.
Yeah, I there is a sense of of me just wanted, because there is fast travel, and like the fast travel is actually pretty. It's pretty nice. Like they put up these like crossroad things like all throughout, and as you find them, like it's not like a go tap the crossroads and now you can like as long as you're near it, you kind of ping it almost. And then to fast travel, you just go up to one of those signs and you just pick the next one. Unless you're in water, I think on water you can kind of transport anywhere on water. But I find myself not using them yet because I just want to like ride and see what's coming on, and like that yellow exclamation point will pop up on the mini map, and that's like the beginning of a side quest. So you go there and you see what's up, and I just like there's all kinds of ways to attack something so far. Like there's an area of the map I needed a pass to get into, and like you could I wasn't supposed to really get one because non-humans were not allowed in there. But like I could do a favor. It was almost like 3 different people I could do a favor for and get this pass. And there's all kinds, like the one guy, like I can go help his brother out, or I can just pay this guy a sum. Or if I help the brother out, I could get like a special discount, on the pass and you enter it that way. But then I also found this general or this commander that had a favor, and like because I did him good, like he just gave me the thing because he was so thankful that I helped him. And it was funny because I ended up circling back to that mission for the brother. I kind of ran into it. I kind of forgot about it, and I like realized I was in that area. I was like, oh, let me see what's going on. It was like they were trying to burn these bodies so these ghouls wouldn't keep coming to the battlefield, but of course the ghouls were showing up, so they wanted protection. Well, like I kind of messed up, and the brother ended up dying, and it wasn't like all right, retry. No, it was like quest failed.
Oh,
and then like not only did it say quest failed, it said quest update. Go talk to his brother and let him know. And like you could do that. And I already had the pass at this point, and he was still willing to sell it to me. But as soon as I told him his brother had died, he was like, "Oh, what the hell?" And he was like, "You're not getting anything from me." And so like that branch is completely gone now. And
I like that. I like that rather than save scumming and making sure that you're up.
Yeah, and then like now like. There is a whole thing that says quest failed. Like there's your story quest, side quest, Witcher quest, all treasure quest, all this stuff. But then at the very bottom, like quest failed, and like I've seen like I have like 2 missions in that list now, and it's like, all right, I like this. I like the way that it's letting me kind of play the game how I want. So yeah, I really didn't expect the. Yeah, I didn't expect the ghouls and the demons and stuff like that. And the Mad Hunt King, like you kind of already like have seen what he can do in a way. And he seems like badass. So like despite kind of being a White Walker, he's still kind of badass. So yeah, I would tell you what, a character you would be intrigued by is one called Yennefer. That is almost Jennifer with a Y. She is a mage. All black hair, and then like is Geralt's like first love interest, I guess, from other games. So they've had like a past relationship, and you interact with her quite early in this game. So I'm just gonna, if you want to do a little googling and see what I'm talking about, that is a Joe as character right away.
You have to. I want to hear more about The Witcher as you play it, because. It's always been there, right? Like I've thought about it. It was not necessarily the aversion to the fantasy stuff, although I'm there with you in that way too. But I think it was more just like, I think it was the sheer volume of content within that I was like daunted by, because I spent my whole week playing shit that was like old Genesis games or arcade games that I kind of like pick up, play, and move on, whatever, right?
Yeah, and like I was like, just with the timing, I knew I could probably tackle at least a chunk of anything like that. And I thought about Odyssey, but I was like, you know what? I probably will play Valhalla. And it's like, why am I going to just do that? I'll just wait for the new one. Yeah. And then with Mafia 2, like I really thought I was going to end up playing that, but I was like, you know what? I have the free one. Let me play the free one first. So once again, Game Pass striking again. The only thing that sucks is not on PC, is on Xbox, and I can like, it still looks good. I'm not gonna say it looks bad, but like, I know I could have gotten a lot more from my PC. So that kind of sucks. But hey, I'm picking up an Xbox controller. There's one weird thing with the game, and I think just every open world game is kind of play with it at this point. Your alt's kind of clunky to move around. It reminds me of I don't know, GTA, it's just clunky. Like sometimes he doesn't go left when he should go left. It does a weird straight and then left kind of thing. And so when I'm trying to walk into a door, I kind of miss it, and I'm hopping over a fence or something, or I'm walking into this weird divot into the wall. So I think that's just me trying to get used to the controls more so, and I think every open world game is almost plagued by this, but yeah, no, that's my only complaint so far. But yeah, I don't know. Once again, I really like it. I think it's something manageable to do as long as I know I can't complete every freaking side mission. So,
what was the last game you remember kind of breaking out of your comfort zone and trying and liking in a similar way?
I first thought it's Sea of Thieves. I know, that's mainly got with you. I just don't play games like that don't have an end.
Yeah.
I'm usually one that's all right, there is the pie in the sky, and that is the end goal. Now, it might take me 100 hours with friends to get there, but it's
but you
there.
know there's a thing.
And probably, I say Dota, probably. I never thought in a million years I would play a MOBA, and here I am playing a MOBA, and I didn't post in the news, but there's rumors that the Battle Pass could be coming next week.
That makes sense.
So
it's about that time.
Yeah, so, we'll see. But I'm going to keep playing. I'll let you all, I'll let everyone know how this is progressing. Yeah.
I want to hear more about that, because I still don't know if I'll play it, but I'm definitely interested in it. I found myself similarly in an open world, just wandering through Breath of the Wild again.
Yeah, all right.
Post Wind Waker, I just kind of didn't really know which way to go. It's funny because you texted me midweek and you were like, "You're not going to believe what I'm playing this week," and I was like, "He's not playing Breath of the Wild." That would have been. Listeners can't see, but Matt's just very dismissively shaking his head no.
I beat that game. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else I have to do in that game. I beat it. I have the star on my save profile.
No, I know. That's the beauty of Breath of the Wild is there are so many different approaches to that game, and there's so much, that story is your story. I don't know. It was wild to me that I jumped in and because I did most everything in that game. I still have to finish up the Master Sword trials, which are a pain in the ass.
Did you beat all the shrines? Sorry to cut you off.
I did all the shrines. Okay. The Master Sword trials are really tough when you haven't played it in a while and you're not in the right rhythm of what that game asks you to do. So I had gotten through the beginning trials and I got to the final level of the middle trials. I think it's 16 middle trials. And I remember back when I was grinding it a year ago, I got there and then just walked away from it after dying on the last one. And that was it. So jumping back into them right now, I was as soon as I booted up my save from June of 2019, which was probably right after Breath of the Wild 2 got announced, I was let me go back to it.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
The save was right where the trials are, and I was okay, well, let me jump back in, and I got through 3 stages of the middle trials, and it's I need to play this game a little bit. And I just kind of set out. I had an open side quest. I think I have 62 out of 90 total side quests completed, or maybe the numbers are wrong, but something like that. I have 30-ish side quests to do, and I haven't found them all either. I only have 5 in my active thing, so there's still a bunch I have to still explore, which is crazy to me because when you do the little hero mode and look at how it's filled in the map, I'm I've been to every town, I've talked to every person,
which is locked behind a paywall. Just to remind everyone.
You fucking embedded that. As soon as I hit X, I heard your voice in my head complaining about it. As soon as I did it, and I was this is a cool feature, I hear you just going, no, it's fucking not. I was God damn it.
That was a great feature. Just, that one should have came for free, in my opinion.
But I I just started wandering in some direction to see if I could find whatever dumb thing this side quest wanted me to find. And on the walk there, I found this little weird island. And I was like, oh, what is that? And I kind of like hop in the air and glide over to it and land. And there's a tree in the middle of it. There's a stone in front of it and a campfire. And that's kind of it. And nothing happens. At nighttime, a bunch of skeletons come out and they're kind of like weirdly equipped. And that's it. Like there's no Korok seed, there's no anything. And I ended up looking it up and like there's a whole like people have done these like dissective lore videos all about this one tiny weird little island because it just doesn't make any sense. But that's the thing about that game is like it's 3 years since it's come out. I jumped in on a fucking Sunday night or some shit and just went wandering in some direction and went, ooh, what's that? And there's still like a secret to be had. So it's fun. I don't know what else I'm going to get out of that game other than stuff like that. Like I'm waiting for that next big like harumph, but I'm not getting it. Cause the side quests are kind of boring. Like they're right now, the last one I was poking at was like find these stone tablets scattered, and it's like this kind of sucks.
That kind of stuff. Yeah,
but,
I know. Like every once in a while, I think about like maybe like hopping in and finish like whatever I didn't do. Like the thing with it is when I have to like actually like go through everything. The one thing I really would love to do is to explore the Hyrule Castle area. Because I had just the way I played it, of course, with sticks and twigs, like you like to say. Like I had such a fucking like specific route. If I deviated 3 feet away, I would get shot and killed. So like, I only know that specific route to the castle. So like, I would love to go through that castle because I know like there's those mini boss, like the I forgot what the mini bosses are. Shit. The ones on the horse. Shit.
The Lionel?
The Lionels, yeah. I know, like, I ran into one. I think there's a couple there, honestly. But, like, just to go around and explore the castle area a little bit more. But that's going to take hours and hours and hours of gameplay to be able to be equipped for that area. So,
yeah,
I don't know. Like,
that's why I was trying to do the trial, because with the trial, you get your Master Sword fully upgraded where it doesn't break or it doesn't run out of energy. And I was like, should I? But it's a lot. It's a big ask, and I don't know. I'm just kind of letting it take me where it takes me, and then coast on.
That's the one thing I'm hoping like goes away in The Witcher with like a good weapon is the degradation. Like I'm picking up so many weapons though, like at the same level is not a huge issue right now if one does get depleted, but I'm just waiting for that time I get a good one and I'm like in an area where I can't like repair it or whatever. And like, so like what happens then? I don't know. But like the good thing is I could repair the weapons myself if I have the kits to do them.
That's cool.
And I'm sure I might have something on a skill tree somewhere that lets me do it even better with better kits or something. So I don't know, but like that is the one thing of like the armor and the sword and the weapon degradation. I'm like, I remember this too well.
Is there a meter?
It's a percentage.
Shows you?
It's a percentage in the pause menu, and you kind of get, and it lets you know when like you're past 50, so it's not going to work as well, but you can still use it if you need to.
That's fine, because Breath of the Wild never had that. You're just in the middle of fucking wailing away. It will give you a little pop-up that says like your Boko sword is badly damaged. And you're like, all right.
The other thing with The Witcher, like, and I don't. This is the part, like, I think being thrown right into like its lore, like, I don't understand. Like, there is a certain sword for some demons, and there's a certain sword for like humans or like regular people. And I think like silver has something to do with it. And I don't know, like, if it's an effective thing. And I haven't really looked into it enough to know the difference. So, like, I'm scared. Like, I think I only have like one other silver sword at any time. So, like, if they both go, because I'm facing a lot of monsters in like this cave or whatever, like, what happens? So I don't know. Like those are the little things I'm waiting.
Can he punch?
You can punch. I don't know what you're gonna do, but you can punch. Just keep catching my fire.
Do it.
Dude, that was one good story on the fire. There was a mission. It's very early on. You get into this bar fight because these people like don't want you around, and so like as soon as it started, I cast my fire. I pretty much burned everyone, and I like, chopped the rest down with my sword, like brutally. And I got an achievement.
The bar?
Huh? Yeah, inside a tavern. Yeah. And I got an achievement to kill 5 people in 10 seconds. It was awesome.
Oh, that's pretty good. I love when that shit happens and the achievements pop that And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because I threw it down the fire thing because it's like not an AOE, but like a quarter AOE kind of thing, and like 3 people died instantly, and I had to hit two other people, and they were dead. It was
I love that.
Great.
Oh shit. So I have PlayStation Now for 3 months.
Yes, I think you brought this up last week because of the movie theater thing, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I told you I've been reading more comics and whatever, so I was like, man, I never finished Lego Batman 3.
Okay.
I was like, I wonder if it's on PlayStation Now, and it was. So I downloaded that, and I'm having a tough time getting into that game. But I found the secret formula. Because those games are obviously not meant to be challenging, right?
Yeah.
But I found the formula that has gotten me through the last, 3 levels. I think part of it, too, is I know there's some cool weird shit with not Green Lantern, but the Lanterns later on in the game, and it kind of leaves Gotham, and you get to go do some weird shit. You get to see the bigger DC universe at play, which is kind of why I'm interested in finishing it. So I think the problem I'm running into is a lot of what I've played in the last week is stuff I've played since that game came out. Be it on Vita, on Wii U, Xbox One. I've played that game or started that game on so many different platforms at this point.
I think I started with you at one point on Xbox.
Yeah, right. It's just So, Wesley Willis. I realized the other night that Wesley Willis is on Apple Music. They've got, I think, 2 greatest hits albums and whatever. But I just pop that on. I just listen to Wesley Willis and play through Lego Batman 3. I knock it right out.
All right.
I'm entertained on both ends. There's something about the combination of the two that's getting me through it, but I wish, as I'm playing this game...
Are you remote playing when you play this?
No.
Huh.
This is all local. I should, because it's
I feel like that's
that
the
game.
Perfect game to
I know.
Because it's easy. It's...
Yeah.
You can just not pay attention.
The
and
problem I always have with those games, though, is when it's not easy. When there's a puzzle they want you to solve that's not
in your face,
apparent. Yeah, and you just sit there what am I doing? What am I doing? The one that they wanted me that I got stuck on the other night, it was it wanted me to switch to Martian Manhunter so that I could use one of his abilities in this one specific room to turn off a force field for everyone else to get through. But I stood there trying every character, trying Martian Manhunter, and it never prompted me to do the thing. And then I happened to put him in the center of the room, and it popped up with a circle overlay and was hit here. I was oh, fucking Christ. I think the thing I like about those games is how much they can do in terms of homage to the respective series. I never played many of the Lego things outside of Batman, but all of those have always just had this huge roster of characters that are integrated into the games. There's a level of care and attention to the source material that's really, I think, impressive and appreciated. The problem is I don't really give a fuck about the Lego aesthetic.
Yeah.
And I wish that someone would kind of do what they're doing with these games, but in a different art style, or in a way that, I don't know.
That game company, knock on their door.
Give them a call. And then that led me to jump back into Injustice 2 this week. So I reinstalled that.
All right.
I was playing Lego Batman, and I was this is kind of fun. Playing as whoever the fuck I was playing. I don't remember. And I was you know what else is fun? Playing as these characters? It's fucking Injustice. So I re-downloaded that and just jumped into the multiverse challenges. They're kind of like the towers in Mortal Kombat. And just going through and doing random shit, getting random gear. I think the gear system in that game sucks. It's cool when you find a piece that you like, but for the most part you're just getting gear that sucks, that doesn't feel good to get. It's all behind those shitty loot boxes that you have to open one by one, and even though they've added a thing to make that opening process a tiny bit faster, it all sucks, and I wish that we could get away from that as a mechanic in video games.
One day.
The part of it that's cool is that, visually... Huh?
You just buy the boxes now. That's what Call of Duty does.
If that's whatever, I would rather say that's what I want my Robin to look like versus, I don't know, because I'm sure if you go back to 2017, listen to a podcast, I'm like praising it for how cool it was that you can have these different looking characters. And I still think that it's just earning them. There's no joy in earning it, right? It's like, at this point, it's been like graded down, so it's so dull that I'm like, and then occasionally you hear like the soft like hum of you got a gold piece, and you look at it and you're like, oh, sick, I got arms for Cheetah. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. It's not.
Does it matter for the multiverse towers or some of them, or like the gear stats?
There are.
I don't remember. I think I asked
there's
this
little
before,
buffs in some of the gear that say like 20% resistance to fire or to magic, and it's only when you're wearing it in the multiverse stuff. So there are little buffs like that happen, but honestly, it's not going to make that. I'm sure some of the epic gear and that stuff will make a big difference, but I don't know. It's fun seeing those characters again. I really would like Injustice 3. I don't know when. I don't know if it's next spring or not. You know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah,
with them,
it's we know it's not going to be this year because of Aftermath like that.
Yeah,
and season 2 of characters featured in RoboCop.
I'm curious if the season 2 though is just these 3, because I don't know if they're going to do more than these 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What, you think they space them out long enough to get the holiday?
I don't know. Like that. I don't know if like these 3 are okay. Cool, we're done, or if it'll be more than that.
Did they all come at one time, or are they spacing them out? I do not know that.
They're just putting them out.
Oh, then probably not. Those are probably the 3 you're getting. Because if it was padded out, I could see them like adding a surprise, like, all right, hey, for those that bought the DLC, you get a 4th coming soon. But if it was all at one time, nah. I think that's it. I think you're getting RoboCop.
I'd be okay with that, because that would mean that maybe we're getting, what do you call it?
A new Injustice?
Yes. Which is kind of what I'd like. That was it for me. Kind of it. Outside of just like, playing some weird shit, talking to Ben about TurboGrafx.
Yeah, and The Witcher 3. I do like Gwent a lot in this game.
I wanted to ask if you had started Gwent, like if that had popped up yet, but I didn't know if that was a later on thing or not.
Yeah, you start doing it almost like right away. You can kind of hop into it. I don't know. I might download the actual like Gwent game just to see what's up with that. I don't see me sticking around because of news we have later down the road. But yeah, no, I do like how to do Gwent though. Like you can like a lot of like the merchants you can challenge and stuff like that, and if you beat them, they'll give you a card. And there's like right from the start, there's a quest that's like, all right, test your Gwent skills, and like it gives you like an area to go to like try and like beat someone, and you probably get a unique card because when you beat people, they give you a card. And you can kind of put into your deck and manipulate it as you want. But then there also is the quest of get all the Gwent cards. So that's just always just there as a reminder, like, hey, Gwent's still a thing.
But do you think that you can't get all the Gwent cards now that you killed that guy?
That quest hasn't failed yet, so we're good.
Okay. All right.
Until that quest fails. But like I don't know if they're going to be hidden or if it's just a matter of beating guys or whatever, but yeah, no, like whenever I see someone that's willing to play Gwen, I'm like, all right, I'll throw like 5. I think it's crowns. I'll throw 5 crowns. We'll play.
Sure.
Get your card.
Well, yeah. I mean, you teased it, so why don't we do a break, and we'll come back with that there news. Something exciting.
Oh yeah.
Coming down the pipe.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We'll be right back. Matt,
Yes.
normally on this side of the recording, I'm over here reading the news out, hitting the headlines. But I think it might be good for you to go ahead and read this headline.
Which one? Because I'm so excited. I put it in here twice in 2 different ways. Plan update beta 2.0 with a little graphic saying it is Moon Day, my dudes. And if you surf a certain subreddit, you know exactly what that means. We are happy to announce that we are moving to the next phase of the beta. Of course, that is talking about Artifact 2.0. So it pretty much they listed the same one as they posted, or that we talked about a couple weeks ago that they posted. Mm-hmm. And it's that roadmap. 1, test boring stuff. And that's where they were a couple weeks ago. Well, now step 2, trickle out invite, starting with players of the original release. They marked it as we are here.
Yep.
So it is coming. The beta invites are coming. So much.
Did you get yours yet?
So much so that I got an email asking me to sign up for the beta. So it's funny, before I even got that email, it was like a link was posted to the subreddit, and I was like, "Oh shit, let's do this now." And then like 30 minutes later, I realized I had the email. Yeah. But no, I think it's just saying like, "Hey, like I'm opting in to get it, just don't send it to me," kind of thing. But yeah, no, they seem still like it is very much so saying like those that bought it day one are going to be kind of preferential treatment. And they've also said, you know, the thing with like influencers and streamers and stuff like that, like, you know, there's going to be part of the random selection. They're not going to like, you know, it's not a thing that, you know, they're going to try to get this out there. They really want to make this a beta to test things and see what's up. There was one other shit. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, I don't remember. Moving on.
Yeah, this says that emails will be appearing by next week. So this was sent out Monday, May 18th. So probably by, I would say the end of this week, everyone who was in the original thing should have gotten it.
Or, you know, keeping their eye on the email. I don't think everyone that bought it day one's going to get it. I think they're going to ease into it, but no, I'm in.
Yeah, this says they are prioritizing people who purchased before March 30th, 2020. I bought it back, like, within days of launch.
I don't know. We'll see. I hope I have a code.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what it looks like. I have it installed on the Mac side, and I like literally hovered over it last night. Like, should I jump in?
Oh, it's been forever installed.
Yeah,
I haven't deleted it. I can't bring myself to delete it.
I'm curious to see how it shakes out. So you know what? We're gonna do a little Matt special here.
Uh-oh.
We'll roll right into our next news story about how a Madden star won a major tournament without throwing a single pass.
Yeah. So
I think I saw this independent of you sharing it too.
Yeah. This was crazy. So the Madden Bowl Championship, the way the rules work, they kind of take into account Ultimate Team, like the cards, and it's like a salary cap thing. So a card would be rated a certain like price, and then you can put that, you can have the superstar card, but like you're going to suffer in other things. So what this guy ended up doing, he spent all his money on defense. He got a really good offensive line and drafted additional offensive linemen. Got a good running back and a good fullback, and then just ran the ball every time. His quarterback was technically a punter, and he had a backup, I think, of Eli Manning, I think, just in case, I guess. But what he would do, like, he would have offensive linemen as tight ends. So, like, when, you know, a tight end lines up to the right or left, usually right next to the offensive line. So traditionally, you would have 5 offensive linemen and some kind of maybe receiver, whether it's a tight end, a wide receiver, or some kind of running back, like some kind of combination of 5 others, and then your quarterback. Well, essentially what this guy ended up doing with using offensive linemen in like the wide receiver and tight end positions, he had like 8 offensive linemen in that would just like pummel over like any kind of like defender that's meant to cover a wide receiver, because they, you know, their strength ratings aren't nearly as good as an offensive lineman, even like a mediocre one. So Yeah, he just ran all over and just kind of showing how broken the running system is in Madden. I'm sure the devs weren't entirely happy about that, but I watched that final game. I watched it actually this morning because I was just curious, knowing we were talking about this, and it's incredibly impressive. And his defense, oh my god, like that dude passing had no chance of getting a ball out. He got sacked like 8 times, and I think he was like 4 of 4 passing for like 60 yards.
Wasn't there a mode like that in one of the old Maddens or something where it would like see if you could get, so many touchdowns just by running? Like, wasn't there like a training mode or something? Does that sound familiar?
They throw things like that. I know, like in the last couple, they've had like these gauntlet things that they have you doing specific tasks. I know like the training to like pass the training, you have to do specific things. I know like there's the scenarios in Ultimate Team now. Maybe this is more what you're talking about. Like they want you to take a certain like player or a position and score X amount of times for you to pass the scenario or whatever.
I'm sure those two are all like catered. Like this guy is not doing something that like those are probably tipped. The scales are probably tipped to like help you in those, right? But yeah.
Yeah, no, it was impressive. And just the amount of like craziness you think Madden, but like what people don't understand, there's such a learning curve to Madden that people forget like all the little weird adjustments you can do at the line of scrimmage to essentially make these unique plays that you never see in the NFL, in the real life game. So it was impressive to say the least. And it was funny on the commentary of that game I watched, the finals, they were saying that this guy had like come close to winning this championship, particularly this tournament, so many times, and they were kind of relating this tournament to like being like the Masters of Super Bowl, like where you win the green jacket for the Masters in golf. They were kind of relating this tournament to that for Madden, and he said he's been so close to winning this tournament, but like he just seems to throw interceptions at the most inopportune time. So they were saying like one way to counter that is to never throw the ball. So yeah, he ran and it was impressive.
Nope, gone. I had a thing and then it gone. Don't know.
Yeah, I
was gonna say no. The one play that I would always do that you can't really do in real life is just always Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Push a receiver back left.
Yeah, I know how to defend that. That wouldn't work.
I got it.
No, you don't.
I got it.
Good old cover 4 with some man defense. You don't have a shot.
You won't see the guy. He's gonna run so fast. He'll be like Britney Spears with super speed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the guy's already. Never mind. I'm not going to get into how defenses work.
I'm going to get into the Mafia trilogy, officially announced this week after a short teaser and an online leak. Mafia Definitive Edition. Or what is it's the Mafia trilogy? Is that the full official name of it?
I think that's what it was. I was looking it up on Steam. Definitive is the Mafia trilogy, and then they're all considered definitive editions because you can buy them separately. You don't have to buy them as a trilogy.
But all right, here's the fun part. You ready?
Okay.
Physical copies available August 28th. But if you purchase a digital copy now, you get to play the Ultra HD definitive editions of Mafia 2 and 3. Then, on August 28th, you'll be able to download Mafia Definitive Edition, which is... So it seems like Mafia 2 and 3 are just kind of up-resed.
That's correct. Yep, you got it. They're quote-unquote remasters of the original game. Like, there are no gameplay changes, nothing drastic. Yep. It's just better coat of paint on it. But Mafia Definitive Edition is a from-the-ground-up remake of the original game. You can also buy these games individually, digitally. I think they were 20 or 30 or somewhere in that range per.
So digitally, the trilogy's $59.99. Individually, they are $29.99 a piece, except the original, which is $39.99. Or if you pre-order the physical, it's $40. What the fuck? This doesn't make any sense, Matt.
I don't know. Well, if you pre-order the physical, you can't play anything until the 28th. So that's what I'm thinking. Unless the physical is just for the remake.
Yeah, physical. Fuck. All right, Mafia Trilogy, period. There you go. There's your news story. That makes sense. If you want it, you got it by now, right?
No, not necessarily, because I decided to play The Witcher.
If you want it, then you played The Witcher by now anyway, right?
I'm excited for Mafia 1 when that comes, because I've never played the first two, and I've always kind of wanted to. And the fact that they're from the ground up remaking Mafia 1 is good, because that's a game that looks very much in his time, and it's probably systems in his time as well. So now I'm looking forward to that when that comes out. Hopefully at a time when nothing else is coming out.
That'd be nice. Call of Duty is a video game franchise celebrating another year in video games, Matt.
That's correct.
This year, it looks like Call of Duty's name will be Black Ops Cold War.
Kind of like a little, I don't know if there's going to be a soft reboot or just more continuation, but they're going back to the going back in time here for this game, which, you know, I think is the smart move to do after the success of Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
And it seems like they're going to go back to a campaign with it being like labeled Cold War, I would hope. And if they do it, I don't know, like Black Ops 1 is still one of my favorite stories, and if they can do anything kind of close to that, it'd be really good. And this started all because Warzone, like I said, it's been changing a lot here. There were these bunkers that couldn't be opened before, but now they can be opened. And there's one particular bunker that has like nuclear warheads in it, so no one knows if the map's going to be nuked or if these are just like nukes, Cold War, like correlations to those two games.
So do you think they'll announce this game in Warzone?
I don't know if they announced it in Warzone. I think it's just giant teases, potentially. Or like I said, it could just be coincidence that these things are popping up and it's really just like a portion of the map's going to get nuked, or like maybe the dam gets nuked and the flood that I kind of said would be neat to see happens or whatever.
You're a detective now. You're not allowed to believe in coincidence.
So, I don't know. I'm excited.
This lines up with Schreier's stuff from last year or 2 years ago or whenever it was that it was supposed to be Sledgehammer this year, and they got the boot so that Treyarch could kick off next-gen consoles with its Cold War Black Ops I.
Yeah. It's sad. We won't get the continuation of the eyes, it looks like.
Yeah, don't roll it out just yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is just a leak. It hasn't been officially announced. I get you. I get it.
We got Days of Play set for June 3rd through 17th in North America. Now, before you get too excited, Matt, I got beef with Sony.
Now what?
Got an email from Jim Ryan the other night. Or I assume it's Jim Ryan trolling me. Ready for this shit?
All right.
Subject line, feeling nostalgic. Sent from PlayStation.
Okay.
What is it? Just let's stop right there. What do you think when you if I said PlayStation emailed you that said feeling nostalgic ? What do you assume is on the inside?
Hey, no one's been buying these PlayStation 2 classics on the store. Here's a reminder that they're there. Or, hey, remember that PlayStation Classic? That was very expensive when we first released it. Hey, we are now selling it for $20 because we still have a whole batch of them to sell. Or, hey, we have this whole catalog of PlayStation Now. It's a great service, and if you purchase it, this part's not an email, but it will look great for our shareholders as you having a service of ours that you pay continually for. Those are my three gut instincts.
All right, so we've opened the email now.
Okay. You've gotten over the initial trigger.
Large text.
Okay.
It says classic games.
Okay.
Larger text.
All right.
Great price.
Good.
God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, The Last of Us Remastered.
I'm assuming God of War, like, what,
Yes,
2018? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's the 3 games there. And then it says here, we're taking you back this Throwback Thursday, which they've abbreviated to TBT because everyone just knows what that means.
Yeah, exactly.
With an exclusive offer on PS Hits disc games. Enjoy 50%, that's an asterisk next to that, off one of our greatest hits when you purchase with either 1 month of PS Now or 1 month of PS Plus.
Got him. The classics, Joe.
What the fuck?
We were just talking about this. You know, I had to
Here's
give
what
my
I'm
cousin a
talking about,
game
Matt.
recommendation. I gave her one of the classics, you know?
Here's what I'm talking about, Matt. I don't think PlayStation 5 is going to be backwards fucking compatible. I don't think that thing is going to do that is not going to be the dream box I wish it to be.
No.
Where I can pick up that fucking copy of Tony Hawk 2 and pop it. It's just not.
As soon as Mark Cerny, or after I think Mark Cerny said about the ears, and he said it was backwards compatible with the 100 games that they have tested, like the 100 most popular, and it worked just fine. That part got blown out of proportion. But as soon as you said PlayStation 4 and we tested 100 titles, I knew PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, PSP, and the Vita, the life that it has left, was not going to be backwards compatible. Maybe PlayStation Now works better. That's our hope. That's your hope.
Here's the thing. PlayStation Now has been fucking great. Honestly.
I know.
Like,
Greg Hastings paintball's on there.
No, but like even back when PlayStation Now first debuted and I was playing it way, way, way long, like the original thing on shitty apartment Wi-Fi, it was absolutely like I didn't notice any difference in gameplay or anything. I've never had a problem with that service. My problem with that service is that it didn't expand to remote play. It'd be great if I had that app on my phone for PS Now where I could also play that library just on my phone if I wanted to. And the fact that it does not tie in my previous purchases. Like, why can't I also stream any of the games I've already paid for? PS4, PS3, PS1, PS2, like any of that shit should be in PS Now.
Like almost like what Apple Music does with the iCloud Music Library. Like it just incorporates everything you have, and now it's all in all your devices.
Exactly.
Kind of.
It's even like because you've paid for it and it's there, so it just doesn't. I'll probably buy Medieval though on this Days of Play sale. I've been wanting to play that for a little while, so I think this is a good
that'd be a
opportunity.
good little purchase. I mean, there's other classics there. You know, you got Spider-Man, you got
classics.
Yeah, classics.
Like Days Gone.
The Last of Us Part 2 by the time this might come, you know.
Yeah. God. Anyway, it just sucks because I can't scream. You know what I mean?
Why?
Like
Because no one can hear you because we're all locked in our houses?
No one can hear because I was just down here yelling at my phone like a fucking 70-year-old man. But when that fucking email came in, I just wanted to yell, but like, who the fuck's listening? Not Jim Ryan.
Of course not.
I didn't send it to you because I wanted to wait and talk about it on the podcast, but I did screenshot that email and then send a fucking Jim Ryan GIF to Mark. Anyway, Sea of Thieves, speaking of screams, coming to PC on Steam.
STEM.
$39.99, also out June 3rd. And I believe you'll be able to play, cross. You won't be just locked into the Steam ecosystem.
Yeah,
I think like all Microsoft games that have been released on Steam, they are you'll be signing in with your Microsoft account to link achievements and things like that. Did you try Halo 2 yet? Anniversary on PC?
No, not yet. Not yet.
I almost did last night. I was like, oh, let me boot into that. And then I was playing.
Actually, for a couple days, I had to uninstall to make room for all the gear stuff. And then I uninstalled all the gear stuff and reinstalled Master Chief Collection for a what-if scenario.
Did you uninstall Doom because of the Denuvo anti-cheat?
Honestly, we recorded the podcast, and then I forgot about it. The whole scenario.
Well, Marty Stratton back out on Reddit again this week. Despite our best intentions, feedback from players has made it clear that we must reevaluate our approach to anti-cheat integration. With that, we will be removing the anti-cheat technology from the game in our next PC update. As we examine any future of anti-cheat in Doom Eternal, at a minimum, we must consider giving campaign-only players the ability to play without anti-cheat software installed, as well as ensure the overall timing of any anti-cheat integration better aligns with player expectations around clear initiatives like ranked or competitive play, where demand for anti-cheat is far greater. Question: does anyone give a fuck if you're playing against somebody who's cheating and that, like, are you still playing that multiplayer mode? Is anyone still playing that multiplayer mode?
I don't know, but like I definitely would not want to play with cheaters. I'd definitely be more turned off to do it.
I guess. Whatever. Maybe it's just because I didn't really care for that mode that much that I'm like I guess they want people to play it.
I know, like, I remember when the whole cheating thing came up with Modern Warfare and Warzone, like, I was a little skeptical to play. I never encountered it, but I was still, like, in the back of my mind, like, kind of like, man, like, all it takes is one hacker to, like, ruin an entire game. And, like, yeah, you might not even see them because of the way the map works. And it's, like, 15 minutes in, and now that's 15 minutes lost. And, you know, but, like...
Yeah.
You know, you think about that, especially if you take the game seriously and you really like it. But especially if you encounter it, it would piss me off and it would deter me from playing it. Not that I'm playing it now, but yeah,
it's not going to keep you in. Last news story. Sorry, I know this one you don't have. I just saw it just now as I did a quick little wrap-up. Summer Game Fest 2020 has announced 2 developer showcase events planned for June 22nd and July 20th, respectively, which will highlight, quote, a select group of upcoming indie and AAA video games curated by the Day of the Devs team and Jeff Keighley. June 22nd showcase is going to be held at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. The initial group of participating companies confirmed for both showcases. So this, I don't know if they'll be at both or if they'll whatever.
One or the other.
Akupara Games, Annapurna Interactive, The Behemoth, Finji, Kowloon Knights, Longhand Electric, MWM Interactive, Panic, Sabotage Studio, Skybound Games, Team 17, That Game Company, Tribute Games, and Us Two Games. That's interesting.
You know how you woke up and scribbled down those fucking code, all that code?
Yeah.
I woke up and just Nostradamus, That Game Company's next game.
Dude, hopefully.
Justice League Dark, published by WB Games.
I'd be down.
And that 30 million... 1 million went to them, 29 went to Rocksteady to make a game that people will actually want.
I still think Justice League Dark might, that could be Rocksteady's game. Maybe. Well, I think that's it, Matt.
Yeah. A little shorty.
That's an episode.
A little short.
Huh?
A little shorty. Yeah. You know, I can do... You know, we don't try to go 2 hours every time.
No, we just have a great time chatting it up.
And the thing, like, we could have cut this even shorter. The first 20 minutes was us talking about Britney Spears and the potential for a new Britney Spears Justice League Flash
You can't
game.
cut that. You can't cut that. We need that.
It's the content everyone wants.
Speaking of the content everyone wants, you can find more of us over on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at Some Free Cheese. Matt is at MattyIce131. I am at The Free Cheese. Go to thefreecheese.com. Check out stuff we've posted in the past. Check out the dope art that we put up every week to accompany these podcasts. What else? Is that all? Podcast at thefreecheese.com. You can send us an email. Give us a hot email. We'll read it on the hot. You could immortalize yourself in the ears of your fellow brethren listening to the Free Cheese podcast.
Ask us anything. You know, like, what's your favorite PlayStation classic from the last 3 years?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. What are you getting into this week, Matt?
I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of The Witcher.
Good.
Whole lot of Witcher. And then if Artifact gives me the gift from God, I will be back in that as well.
I forgot about that.
If Artifact comes back, I'll stream it for those that I want to do it. Fuck it, why not?
Twitch.tv/
I think it's MattyBoh131, I think. MattyBoh131, I think.
Do you tweet that shit out?
I'll tweet it. How about that?
Matt will tweet that shit out.
I'll tweet it out.
I forgot. I beat Ring Fit this week.
Maybe I dreamt this, or you said it 2 weeks ago.
No, I was gonna beat it. But the
Got it.
tail to the ending is way longer than I thought it was.
I remember now.
But I did. I finally beat the final boss yesterday.
All right.
And it's good. Or 2 days ago I beat it. It's really good. And it's cool. After you beat the boss, it just keeps going.
Yeah, I mean, what else does a workout game got to do? Like,
yeah. Now there's a new like extra map is what they call it, and now the final boss is your buddy and he helps you work out. So he's like, "Hey, go do some shit and then come see me and I'll help you get pumped up." And it's like, "All right, cool, we're friends now."
hey, that's what happens.
I got a cool outfit dressed up as a dragon. It's neat. So I'll keep going with that as per usual, but other than that, dude, I have no idea what the fuck I'm playing.
I don't know.
Like, I've got the afternoon ahead of me. No, I'm going to go eat some cereal. And then...
I mean, breaking kayfabe here, I got an AEW pay-per-view tonight. So I got that to look forward to.
I got nothing. I have no idea. The future is boundless.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
Good episode. Go listen to Oops, I Did It Again if you haven't. Those key changes, top notch. Nothing like a Britney Spears song key change. It's right at that very end, and she's got the competing vocals. It's like you think, it's just pop music. Who gives a fuck, right? There's some complicated shit going on in there.
She's not doing any of that.
I'm not saying she is. Whoever the band is making the songs, writing the actual, It's like some cool-ass Baroque shit going on there.
Well, rip her gym.
She'll get another one. She'll be all right. That's it. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, listener, for listening. We'll be back next week.